Sup guys, Bjorn here. Today we're taking a look at the Frost Mage Tower Challenge. It's a pretty fun challenge, and Frost Mage has a lot of tools in their toolkit to deal with this challenge, so it's actually pretty trivial, and I think everyone is pretty capable of doing this, even if you have little experience with Mage. I'm personally very bad at Mage, and I found this to be fairly straightforward. Now, I didn't use any specific gear or any specific consumables to beat this. I do have my old Heart of Azeroth and Ashikamo's Resolve just for the sake of it, but otherwise just my Shadowlands gear, and didn't use any consumables or anything like that to cheese it. So the big thing to make this challenge a lot more trivial is the talent builds, and we'll go through it here. So we have Ice Nova for kiting the ads. It also just deals a lot of AoE damage. Second row you can go whatever you like. Third row you can go whatever you like, but remember that you're gonna have to move a lot, so maybe don't pick Rune of Power unless you're very comfortable with it. Chain Reaction is 35 row because it's just a lot of passive damage on your main target when you're funneling as well. And Frigid Winds for more control when you're kiting all of the mobs. And Freezing Rain is the biggest talent of the whole tree here. It makes you do an immense amount of AoE damage, a good amount of funnel damage. It makes you not have to hardcast Blizzard all the time, and it's just extremely strong in the challenge. And then Thermal Void for more Ice Veins uptime. So pretty straightforward AoE talent build here, and you can obviously switch this up if you want to, but I highly recommend something that looks a lot like this. When it comes to macros and special abilities, there's not a whole lot to mention. The one thing I would advise you to do is to bind a move to for your pet to something pretty nice, because I mean, if you want it on control tree, that's fine, but if you want it on something better, you should bind it, because you will need it in the fight pretty consistently. With the preparation done, we should get into the kill VOD. Before you go guys, make sure to subscribe and leave a like, because it's gonna help me out a ton. Alright, thanks. This encounter starts off with a single target phase where you just have to kite this ad around, Karam Mage Spear here, and this is really just an introductory phase to what's about to come later. So don't blow any cooldowns on this guy, just kill him with your normal spells, use Frozen Orb and stuff, but don't use Icy Veins or your trinkets or anything, Hero Lust. Just get this guy down to about 35%, and at that point the real boss will become targetable from his little ritual, and at that point you will pop all your cooldowns and you will start killing the main boss. So when the main boss actually comes out of that ritual, he will start shadow bolting you as well, so it might be a good idea to like pop up a little barrier before that phase starts, or maybe even pop mirror images there or something if you want to. It's not going to be any massive damage by any means, but if you take too much damage over the course of the phase, then maybe you'll end up being low later on in the fight. So it might be better to start off a little cautionary since you can't heal yourself. So here the real boss comes, and you see I pop my cooldowns, I start pumping on this guy with Blizzard, because he will start summoning a lot of small ads, and those ads will obviously fuel into my Blizzard and Frozen Orb damage, and I will be able to funnel a lot into into his brother, Rest Mage Spear. So I'll just do as much damage as I possibly can into Rest, while also simultaneously killing the ads, and at this point, at some point here, Rest is gonna enter his ritual again, so he's gonna become immune once more and will have to deal with Karam. Here it goes. So at this point you will have to deal with all of the ads associated with the ritual guy as well, but you will also have to kite Karam. And these things here will start spawning. These are mobs that cast, and if you let the cast go through, it deals a large amount of damage in the room. So you definitely want to interrupt all of those casts and kill off the mob before he gets off another cast. Now, you can obviously like ice block that if you really troll and let one go off. You could always ice block it, because you don't really need to ice block anything else. But usually just interrupt the first cast late and then kill the mob before he gets the second cast off. Here you all also want to be maybe a little bit cautious of using your frozen orb too late, because you know he's gonna phase at 35%. So if you use your frozen orb like I did here, you're not gonna have the frozen orb for the immediate encounter here when Rest comes out again, which is gonna hurt my DPS here a little bit, but I can still hardcast a Blizzard and I will get my frozen orb back fairly soon, so it's not a big deal by any means, but small things like that can help you push the DPS maybe a little bit higher or push the encounter a little bit faster. So here I just start funneling into Rest again while Karam is immune, and then when Karam comes out of the immunity next time, I don't have any more phases like this. So you can see there was a rune on the ground and I sent my pet away to it. This is where you need the full or the pet move to macro. So you just send your pet away to that rune and he will soak it for you, and you don't have to worry about that mechanic anymore. This makes the fight even more trivial for Frost Mage. It's already very trivial with all of the control with the slows, all of the funnel damage on Rest. Everything just makes it very trivial, and the fact that you don't even have to deal with the runes is even better. So you just send your pet to every single rune like that and he will instantly soak it, and you don't have to worry about that at all. Now, while you kite this around, you want to move in a circular pattern around the room while simultaneously dragging all the mobs through your Blizzard and your Frozen Orb. But crucially, you want to make sure that your Blizzard and your Frozen Orbs are actually hitting Rest in the middle as well, because if they aren't hitting him, then you're just gonna kite the mobs around and kill off all the mobs over and over again, but you're never actually gonna get Rest down, and you're never gonna beat the encounter. So you have to make sure that you're constantly funneling Rest in the middle, and that your AoE spells are also preferably going on to him. Now, you don't have to put every single Blizzard on him, obviously, if you need to kill off the ads or if you need Blizzard somewhere else for control, but you want to be using as much of your damage as possible onto Rest when you can. So here you can see me being pretty safe. I'm killing off the interrupt ads. Now I haven't slowed Karam in a while, so he starts chasing me. That's when the pet Frost Nova can be really useful, like I did there, and I even put a Blizzard on them. And here I start to realize that, okay, Rest is actually already pretty low. He's at 5%, so I should maybe just start tunneling Rest and not really worry about the ads too much. And you can see me not killing off the ad even, just funneling the boss. And that's the Frost challenge done. So as you can see, it was pretty simple. I didn't really have to worry too much about any of the mechanics. As long as you're just quick to kill off the interruptible ads, it shouldn't be a problem. The one thing you can maybe struggle with at start is to kite Rest, or maybe the kiting pattern is hard for you. In that case, I would strongly advise you to use kind of cold a lot on Rest when he comes close to you, and also if you're struggling, just make sure to like tab target to Rest or to Karam, sorry, the ad that's chasing you is who I've been talking about this entire time. I'm sorry, I'm talking about the melee ad. Just tab target to the melee ad, Frostbolt him maybe, or use the pet Frost Nova, or use your Ice Nova talent. You have a lot of stuff to freeze him, so don't panic too much. There we have it, Frost Mage challenge done, and as you could see, not the worst thing in the world, a pretty easy one if you just know how to kite it around, and if you keep funneling the boss and don't get distracted by all of the ads by Karam the second time he comes around, just keep damaging the boss and you will get it down pretty quickly. If you want to see more guides like this, I have done quite a few other Mage Tower guides already, and I will put out more to come as I complete them. Make sure to subscribe, because it's gonna help me out a lot. Maybe leave a like to the video. Otherwise, have a great day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye, guys. Huh? Oh, you're still here. Well, I'm sorry. I think you should probably go and check out a video maybe over here or somewhere here. You can even subscribe down here. That would be really, really nice. I would highly appreciate that. I'm gonna go snort some more lines. See ya.